is a story about a curious little girl named Cora. She lived in a small coastal town where the houses were painted in bright colors and the streets were always filled with laughter. And then it moved. A huge iceberg began to slide off the patch, and Cora quickly dived in after it. Down she went until her head bumped against something hard. Cora looked up and saw that the iceberg had landed on the opening of a cave. She took a deep breath and swam inside. But Cora's favorite place was a beach. She loved combing the shore for smooth pebbles and shells, pretending she was a fearless explorer on an uncharted island. As she swam closer, the glow grew brighter and brighter, revealing a sight so beautiful it took Cora's breath away. It was a magnificent underwater city made of sparkling coral. Colorful fish darted between the coral branches and strange, beautiful plants swayed in the current. I'll tell you all about the wonders of the underwater kingdom. And all around the city were gigantic ice formations that sparkled and shimmered just like stars in the night sky. They saw a shy octopus who loved to paint pictures with her tentacles. She dipped her arms into a pot of glowing ink and created beautiful works of art on the cave walls. She marveled at giant clams that looked like colorful jewels, and swam past seahorses that clung to the coral branches. Then they reached a clearing where the coral glowed with all the colors of the rainbow. Then they met a family of pufferfish who were blowing bubbles. But suddenly, the dolphin stopped in her tracks. "Oh, no!" she cried. "We have to go see the king. The magic that protects our ocean kingdom is fading, and only the bravest adventurer can retrieve the lost pearl and restore the balance." They puffed themselves up to make the biggest, most colorful bubbles that floated all the way to the surface. And finally, they came across a playful dolphin who was flapping and twirling in the water. The walls of the cave were covered with sharp rocks that scraped against her arms and legs. In the middle of the cavern sat a huge pearl that glowed with a soft, beautiful light. But it wasn't just any pearl. It was the heart of the ocean, and it was fading fast. If it lost all its light, the whole ocean kingdom would be plunged into darkness forever. But just as she was about to give up, the tunnel opened up into a big cavern. "Wait, Cora," he said, handing her a seashell. "Take this with you. You'll need it on your adventure." The moment the crab saw the shell, his eyes lit up. "You saved us, Cora," said Echo, nuzzling her. "We're so grateful. A seashell from the surface world," he said, reaching out a giant claw. "You have shown great bravery and kindness, young one, and for that, I am proud to call you a friend." She knew she had made some true friends in the Ocean Kingdom, and she promised to visit them again soon. She hugged Echo, Finny and the others, then took one last look at the sparkling coral city before diving towards the surface. "I haven't seen one of those in ages." The cave opening was nowhere to be seen, and the iceberg had melted away, leaving not a trace of its former self. Cora looked around to make sure no one was watching, then pulled a seashell from her pocket. It was slightly bigger now and felt warmer than before. Cora knew it was a reminder of her amazing friends and her exciting adventure in the deep, deep sea. One day while exploring the beach, Cora discovered a big patch of ice. It looked like a frozen waterfall, glistening under the sun. He examined it closely, then looked back at Cora and smiled. "That was so thoughtful of you." "Thank you, child. You may have the heart of the ocean. Who dares disturb my sleep?" he roared. Only those who bring offerings of shiny trinkets may take the ocean's heart. And as soon as she touched it, she understood what she had to do. Cora knew the Ocean Kingdom was safe once more. Taking the pearl back to the Whispering Cave entrance, Cora placed it on a flat rock. Then she closed her eyes tight and wished with all her might for the light to return to the ocean heart. I'm Echo. Would you like to see my favorite places in the Coral Kingdom? It was pitch black. But then the girl noticed a faint glow coming from deep inside the cave. Suddenly, a tiny fish swam up to Cora and said, "Welcome to our city. I'm Finny." He was a little clownfish with bright orange scales and 3 stripes across his body. "What brings you here?" he asked. Cora smiled. "I just wanted to explore this beautiful place. But how did you know I was here? Can fish really talk?" "Sorry, Mr. Turtle. I didn't mean to wake anyone up. And so can all the creatures in this ocean kingdom." So she nodded bravely and said, "Show me the way, but you must be very quiet now. The king and queen are sleeping, and if anyone wakes them, the whole kingdom will be plunged into darkness." "Of course we can," said Finny. "This is a whispering cave," said the dolphin nervously. "It's very dangerous, but I'll go first to show you the way." "That's quite a tall tale, Finny," he said, chuckling. "There's no need to scare the young one. Right, Cora?" Just then, a wise old turtle with a long white beard swam over. Cora nodded, feeling a little embarrassed. The turtle smiled kindly. "It's all right, child. It happens to the best of us. Now, why don't you come with me?" And so Cora spent the whole day exploring the coral city with the old turtle. "Hello there," said the dolphin with a friendly smile. Cora couldn't believe her luck. "Really? Oh yes, please." So Echo took Cora deeper into the coral caves, and soon the girl was in awe of the underwater world. "Wow!" whispered Cora. "It's beautiful," Echo beamed. "I'm glad you like it here, Cora. This is my home, and I love showing it to new friends." They played hide and seek among the coral, then raced through the underwater city, giggling all the way. Cora felt a little scared, but she knew she had to help Echo and the other sea creatures. But before they could leave, the wise old turtle swam up to them. She thanked the turtle and followed Echo out of the coral city. Soon they reached a dark and narrow cave. Echo swam ahead, and Cora followed closely behind, holding onto the seashell for courage. And what Cora saw next made her gasp. But before Cora could take a closer look, a giant crab scuttled out from behind a rock. Cora knew she couldn't fight the crab with her bare hands, so she took a deep breath and held out the seashell the old turtle had given her. Cora handed over the shell and the crab took it to a nearby rock. Carefully, Cora approached the glowing pearl and picked it up. It felt warm and smooth in her hands. As she opened her eyes, the pearl was glowing brighter than ever, bathing the cave in the warm, inviting light. And when she returned to the coral city, she was greeted by cheers and applause from the grateful sea creatures. "Not only did you retrieve the lost pearl, but you also brought back a gift from the surface world," added Finny, the little clownfish. The old turtle swam up to Cora and placed a hand on her shoulder. Cora blushed, touched by the turtle's kind words. As the sun began to set, Cora prepared to say goodbye. When she opened her eyes, she found herself back on the beach. And that's the end of the story.